everyone. Welcome to another episode of Morbid Visions. I am Morbid, and today we're going to go back and do some more obscure horror films you may not have seen. Haven't done one of these in a while, and it's definitely been the more popular videos that I've done. So we're going to check out five more movies that you might not have seen. Okay, the first one, probably the lesser known one here, Hiroko the Goblin by Shinya Satomoto, director of Tetsuo the Iron Man. This one, very, very different from Tetsuo. Uh, I watched this again recently, and it feels very much like a kid's movie at first. It's very, I don't know, even the music, it's got very like family oriented type sounding music, which is really odd and it just really throws you off. It's like, all right, what is this? You kind of have to make yourself stick with it at first because it just doesn't feel, it feels like a completely wrong type of tone of the movie. But it's about a goblin sent to Earth, and it's basically beheading students out of school and taking their heads and arranging them onto these spider-like goblins so they can move around. I'm not sure really exactly what's going on, but apparently the school is built over one of the gates of hell, and it has one of the characters' fathers. He's been like ostracized or something from his job, and he's created like a goblin hunter machinery. So it's a lot of weird, wacky type stuff going on. But once it actually gets to the point where the goblins escape or they get into the realm of the goblins, a lot of cool effects. I mean, it's a full blown creature effect movie by that point. But yeah, just something different. I'm not sure how easy it is to find this movie. I think I ordered this movie direct from China way back years ago when I was going absolutely nuts with my whole Asian DVD collection. But yeah, definitely a different movie. Check it out. Okay, this movie, what I'm recommending here, it's nothing against this movie, but it's not Deadbeat at Dawn. DVD of Deadbeat at Dawn from Jim Van Bever. But what I want to talk about and what I'm recommending here is the short film included on here called My Sweet Satan. This movie is awesome. This is, in my opinion, I think, but still is probably my favorite short film I've ever seen. It's just excellent. It's basically it's about the true killer Ricky Queso. I think that's how you say his name, and it's kind of done as like, it's made almost like a docudrama type thing, where it's people will be doing like the interview, like you'll hear voiceovers doing interviews as they show footage of Ricky and everything. Jim Van Beber actually plays the character Ricky, and he's excellent. He does it so well done, and he's all done completely in character. He's got his head shaved a certain way and stuff. Very interesting, but the acting is very good in this movie. The pacing is excellent. The pacing is so well done, and it gets pretty violent. The ending, the finale, is very violent, and it's basically just, following these characters, and a character, everything gets set off by a character who kind of wrongs them. But yeah, very cool movie. Definitely check it out. If you can find, it's the DVD version of Deadbeat at Dawn. This had it's a special feature on here, so it's got a couple of his short films on it. But My Sweet Satan, excellent short film. Definitely check it out. Okay, the next one, probably the most mainstream one on here, Bad Dreams. I actually saw this in the theater when it came out. I think it was in the late 80s or so. But unfortunately, this movie had really bad marketing. Their marketing campaign, I think, was completely wrong. What it was is one of the actresses from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is in this movie. And they just made it seem like it was just a total Nightmare on Elm Street rip-off clone. But it's not. It's actually a very interesting movie. It's kind of has a better story than Nightmare on Elm Street sequels, anyways. It has to do with a survivor from a cult, and kind of like a Jim Jones type cult type thing. And she wakes up in a psychiatric hospital, and she starts getting plagued by visions of her former cult leader, and just her being haunted by everything that was happening to her. And it actually is very interesting. It's some definitely cool death scenes in this. And one of the characters is, I don't know his real name, but if you ever saw Summer School, and the character Chainsaw, the guy's pretty funny. He's actually in this movie, and he's just as whacked out in this movie, so he makes it fun. And Bruce Abbott from Reanimator is the head doctor in the movie. So yeah, it's a fun cast. It's a good cast, and an interesting story. It has some twists and turns that helps keep you entertained. And yeah, don't worry, it's not a Nightmare on Elm Street clone. It's it's its own thing. It's actually a really cool movie. So yeah, check that out. Next we have the cover's really dark and it's an old DVD, kind of scratched up, but hopefully you can see that. Aswang. Um, Interesting independent movie. Pretty well made. I found this at Best Buy. Mondo Macabro puts it out, so you know it's got good weird quality to it. And Aswang is basically it's an Asian folklore type vampire. It's a vampire who's in human form, but they've got a very long tongue that they can hide like in the eaves of a house and let their tongue go down through the window and basically feeds on unborn fetuses. Interesting concept. So the movie is about a guy who brings in a young girl who's carrying. She's like a surrogate basically, and she's gonna he's she's gonna deliver the baby at his residence. Basically what it is the family. The family has an Aswang in the family, so they basically bring these girls to give birth, and then they let the family member family member feed on the babies. So interesting. It's well made, good story, fun. So yeah, definitely check out Aswang. And the last one, legendary movie in the gore scene, Ricky-O, the story of Ricky. If you haven't seen this, is basically kind of like it's like a comic book style live action movie. Off the wall, totally whacked out, crazy, just over the top. It's a lot of fun. This movie is so much fun. I first found a bootleg at a specialty store a long time ago, back in the early '90s, and then I was very happy when they finally released it officially. But extremely gory movie, very gory, lots of violence, lots of gore, lots of just people coming apart and just nonstop. Like people get into fights, but they're just like punching each other's heads off, punching through bodies, blood everywhere, guts everywhere, and it's basically Ricky. He takes revenge on these guys that killed his girlfriend, and once he gets thrown in prison, it's supposed to take place in like the near future, where prisons have become corporate and self-funded, self-run corporations, and the warden here basically just does whatever he wants, and they'll make people fight for his own amusement, and Ricky gets really angry about seeing the mistreatment of the prisoners, and eventually just takes revenge inside the prison. But very cool movie. Kind of goes into supernatural. It's definitely got supernatural elements, so it's not reality based. It just goes it goes off the wall completely. So, but definitely a fun, cool movie. So yeah, it's kind of become legendary now. But definitely check it out, Ricky-O. All right. All right, so cool. I just wanted to do another one of these again, and there's 5 movies that you might not have seen that you should definitely check out. So, Hiroko the Goblin, supernatural film, pure Japanese, basically towards the finale of the movie, the last quarter of the movie, just goes bonkers in a way that only Japanese are awesome at creating. My Sweet Satan, special feature on the Deadbeat at Dawn DVD, but great short film. 25 minutes, I think it's 20 minutes long. Awesome pacing. It's like, you'll actually watch this. I did it not too long ago. I checked the movie out again. I hadn't seen it in a long time. And I watched it 2 times in a row, just because as soon as it ended, I wanted to watch it again. It just pulls you in, sucks you in. It's so well done. So yeah, my favorite short film I've ever seen, My Sweet Satan. Bad Dreams. Girl survives trippy, whacked out cult family. She's in a psychiatric hospital, and weird stuff starts to happen. Good story, and it gets you into it. It's got some cool. It's just straightforward horror, but it's billed as a Nightmare on Elm Street clone. It is not. yes, there's dreams and hallucinations in it, but it doesn't matter. It's his own thing. Good movie, great cast too. Check it out. Aswang, uh, Asian folklore, but American-made movie. Um, Asian, Filipino, Malaysian style vampire, long tongues to feed on unborn children. Sounds good, right? So yeah, check it out. Cool movie. And Riccio, the legendary Riccio, extremely brutal, gory, action-packed, over-the-top, comic book style fighting, just gore from beginning to end. It's just fun. It's a very, very entertaining movie. So definitely do yourself a favor and check out Riccio. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. 5 more movies for you to check out, and I'll see you again soon. Please, if you like the video, like it, and tell your friends to subscribe, so we can do more of this stuff. All right. Thanks.